welcome to T-Prep Talk. We're going to hear my story. You're going to hear my guest's story. It's going to help make your story. And I'm your host, Barbell Honcho, and also owner of T-Prep Gym. And this is the conversation behind T-Prep Gym. That's what T-Prep Talk is. And we like to encourage thinking outside the box, thinking innovative, creative, and also adaptive. Because your life is unique, but you can also learn from others. And today we have John Phillips.
Boop, 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 boop.
And John, what's the life updates, man?
Life updates.
Yeah, this is your second time on the podcast.
It is.
You got a lot of love on the first one, so we decided to bring you back.
I was surprised. Thank you. Thank you. Life, man. Life is great, man. I'm blessed beyond measure, man.
Yeah.
I'm healthy. I'm thriving. That's one thing, man. When you turn 40 and you're healthy in these streets and you ain't got a belly, you're winning.
Well, you used to have a belly.
Oh yes, I did. I got fat shamed by a doctor. So what happened was...
Can you really get fat shamed by a doctor, though?
Yeah, when they tell you you're morbidly obese, yes.
But that's correct terminology.
Of course. But so here's what happened. What happened was that I showed up. I knew I was gonna have my physical, and I knew at that moment I was at 315, and I was like, yo, I gotta start losing weight. So I lost the weight until I lost it to 300, probably 297. And the doctor looked at me. I went in for my physical, and she's like, bro, you're morbidly obese. And I'm like, ouch. And like, that hurt.
Okay.
That hurt.
So you got told that you basically need to drop the weight because your body can't handle, your structure can't handle that much weight.
But that was the thing also that I ran into, was that nobody that loved me was that brutal honest with me.
Yeah.
Not my parents, not my wife, not my brothers and sisters, never checked me to be like, hey, yo, you're off your square. Like, meaning you're not living correctly.
Well, they're afraid of that outcome, what you just said. Oh, you're fat shaming me. They don't want to be told
No,
that.
I took it as fat shaming, but
yeah.
at what point am I going to act behind that? When am I going to start pushing my boulder up the hill?
Yeah.
When am I going to sacrifice what I want and what I need?
I feel grateful and blessed that I learned at an earlier age to take criticism instead of taking it personal. So I get told a lot the truth. Either it's about my personal life or business life. I want to take it personal, but then I know growth comes whenever you decide to open up your mind. Having an open mind instead of having a closed mind, because you need good, but also you need good advisors around you.
Of course.
You can't be taking advice from anybody.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, but continue. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're fine. You're perfectly fine. See, that was the thing. I didn't grow up with I'm not even going to say a structure. I'm going to say I didn't grow up with the mentality of fitness.
Yeah.
All my heroes, you knew there was a game plan, but you never knew. Allen Iverson showed up to the gym and he just hooped. Practice. What's practice?
Yeah.
Because he was naturally gifted.
Okay.
So you never know about somebody's worth ethic. Michael Jordan didn't give you the game. Kobe didn't. He just told you work. Work on doing what?
Yeah. What
specifically did you do? And that's when it goes into deeper. Like that what goes for me. For me was, I just started walking. Mm-hmm. I got into lifting weights, like the little weights that I did. I got into martial arts and started doing those little things. And
martial arts?
Yeah.
I know you did boxing.
I did.
But you did martial arts as well?
Muay Thai.
You did Muay Thai?
Yeah, man.
I love Muay Thai, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the art of 8 limbs. So I did that, and it was just cardio. So that got me into kettlebells. That got me into long distance running, where marathoning, which I did my 5K, and then I did a 10. Yeah. Which that's a whole other venture. So yeah, that alone got me into getting right, where I ended up dropping 315 to 260. Now I'm sitting at 235. Okay. So the goal is 220, because the wife says that you're too little and I'm gonna pick you up and fling you, which she did. Really? She went to the kitchen, right? So I'm in the kitchen minding my business. I'm washing dishes. She comes up behind me, picks me up and slings me. Like, hey, yo. And my feet were all dangling. I was like, stop, get away from me.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy.
But her thing was like, yo, you're getting too little. But I was getting little because I needed to lose the weight.
Yeah.
Like, I literally needed to lose the weight.
Okay.
I needed to.
Yeah.
I couldn't carry that much
Well, you
weight.
thought about putting on some muscle?
Yeah. First, I want to get lean. Let me lean out first,
Yeah.
and then it's time to bulk up.
Well, everything you said right there about getting right, man, that's the labor of love.
Yeah, and that was the thing also. I was very undisciplined at that moment.
Yeah.
I was very undisciplined with my health. I was very undisciplined with my relationships. I was undisciplined with my relationship with God.
Yeah.
Like, I was really scatterbrained.
Okay.
And I truly, I thank her for that moment. I thank the doctor for that moment of being brutal honest with me. So yeah, I got my life together.
Okay. Good. And you're a father of 4.
Yes, sir. And a grandpa.
You're a grandpa.
I'm a grandpa, man.
Hold up.
My oldest just had a baby, man.
I missed something here.
Yeah, man. My oldest had a baby, and I am a grandpa.
You're telling me
I am a 41-year-old grandpa. My daughter, Alyssa, is a mom.
Allie's a mom.
Yes. So let me tell you that story. So what happened was that she told us, and for me, it broke my heart a little bit. And let me tell you why. As a parent, she's 19.
Okay, so
she's about to be 20.
Yes.
So she graduated high school. This is her second year in college. So she's a sophomore.
Okay.
For me, as a parent, I felt like I failed.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I felt. Now, I didn't put that relationship in play. That's not. But I felt like I failed because I didn't put you in the right position for you to succeed.
Yeah.
I feel like you're behind the 8 ball, and that's what hurt me as a parent. But what helped me was I'm no longer your provider. Once you turn 18, I'm no longer your provider. I'm just your advisor. Mm-hmm. I can advise you on anything, but it's up to you to take my decisions or not.
Yes.
But kicking the story, so all I did was support her. That's cool. So we show up to the doctor's office. Well, we show up and she's ready to deliver.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, come to, she's not ready to pop. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I bring my daughters and we walk in and we go behind the curtain. Her legs are already on the stirrups and they're like, yo, we're about to go. No. Yeah. No, I'm not here to watch. No, I'm not here to watch that.
Okay.
So I turned around, she delivered, and she had a little girl.
Little girl.
Yeah, Camila.
Now I asked a question, but
go ahead.
The dad in the picture?
Yeah, he's in the picture.
Very involved?
How involved can you be when you're like, you're still dating?
They're still dating. So after the baby, they're not committed?
They're not. Well, are they committed to each other?
Yeah.
I hope so, yeah. They show up, they try to go as dates and everything, yeah.
I feel like at that point, man, it's about the kid now.
Yes.
Yeah. Like we made this decision to, whatever, and we had a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got to live with this decision.
Yeah.
And make the best out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, to teach them.
Yeah, man, I am a 40-year-old grandpa, bro.
Yeah.
And I have
41, right?
I'm 41, and I have 4 kids. My Alyssa just had a daughter. My boy Jose, he's a sophomore in high school, chasing his baseball dreams down. And then I got an 8-year-old, and she's in 3rd grade. Her name is Jalen. And then I got a 5-year-old. She's in kindergarten. Her name is Ania.
Yeah.
So I have 4 kids and a grandkid.
Yeah.
Yay me.
Got three girls.
3 girls and a boy.
And a future baseball Hall of Famer.
Future, yeah, that you could read that on my bio on Sir Bliga at Sir Bliga on Instagram and on X now, not Twitter.
Yeah. So, telling me all that, you got 4 kids now, and then you also doing kids ministry.
Yeah, like youth ministry at Journey Fellowship in Denton, Texas.
And what made you think? What made you think that was the purpose for your life?
Share the wisdom.
Share the wisdom.
Yeah, share the wisdom. If I can cut your time in half because of what I tell you,
yes,
well, I'm just helping you, right?
Yeah.
Because it took me forever, like, to learn the stories.
And how long have you been in your faith?
Oof. I've been in my faith since in my teens.
Okay.
Like the specific date, I do not have, or I do not remember. But there was a time I was upset at God. I was upset at God because there was many times that I would run into that God would start taking people away from me in my life that were very prominent.
Okay.
I had a friend named Butter, shot at his front doorstep. I had a uncle of mine named George died in a car accident.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve that. So I was upset at God, like, why are you taking these people? Not understanding his plan. I get it. God has his own plan and God makes his own decision, but I did not understand the plan. And because of that, I pulled away from God. I didn't get back into Christ until I got married. Well, pause. I was in my relationship with my current wife, and she was like, hey, if we're going to make this work, we need to put God in the center. And I totally agreed that we should.
So it sounds like you took a long break from God.
No, we talked, but we didn't stay in constant communication. I didn't stay constant prayed up. No.
Okay, so you were in and out the church.
Very much, yeah.
So you have a good week, and then you would drop off for a good
or a month. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, good to hear that you're back in. I mean,
very much.
What made you? I mean, like, what? Usually, God talks to us in certain ways and leaves signs in through people or through situations. And was there something in particular that made you realize, okay, this is my purpose?
Yeah. Just helping, and just not what I mean by helping was what I mean is sharing the knowledge.
Yeah, you want to share the knowledge, but what spiked that thought that say, okay, I'm gonna be a kid's pastor?
So what happened was that I was helping out in ministry before, where they would just be like, hey John, come in.
Yeah.
Come in and just talk to them. Talk to the troubled ones. Talk to anybody in there. And I would just share a game. Just tell them what's going on in my life. Okay. What helped me. Yes, I've been to jail multiple times. I've sat in there. I even had a job in there where, so what happens is, let's have this, like, we're keeping a buck. So what happens is once you get locked up, they'll put you to work. They're like, all right, you're going to be here for a while. Let's get you going. Yeah. So in Lou Stewart in Dallas, they would put you to work. So what they did is they put me to work where I ended up having to wash clothes and wash mattresses. Now what happened during that time, Dallas was having a mad infestation of spiders.
Okay.
Guys would get brown recluses bit in the middle of the night because they didn't know. So you would have to take all their clothes, mattresses, blankets, and everything and throw them in industrial size washers. Now, industrial size washers they're like probably as big as 2 Tahoes stacked on top of each other, where you would throw everything in there and you would wash, and that would be your job.
But would it give it a good wash though for how big it is?
Hey man, I'm just telling you
doesn't really
what
matter.
We did. They would wake you up early and be like, all right then bro, wake up.
Yeah.
And you would get up. So to say that, that was my job until I officially was able to bond myself out.
Well, let's go back a little bit. So why did you go to jail?
Wild in these streets, bro.
Wild in these streets.
Yeah. Like specifically, I ended up catching a DWI charge.
Okay, DWI charge.
But that was totally, I'm going to say, was I? No. Here's what happened. Now, I'm old enough that I used to have a flip phone where the screen would bloop, bloop, and I was talking to a girl and driving.
Oh, yeah, I like those, man.
And I was texting while driving and hold on, let me get my phone out. Let me give you a representation. So the screen would pop up and I'm over here driving and I'm like, yeah, come over, baby, yeah. Yeah. Stop at Jack in the Box. Curly fries. Get the fries. Get the tacos. And then blue.
Ruined the night.
Yeah, man. I was going to school at the time. I was going to the Art Institute of Dallas.
Okay.
Going for a graphic design degree out there.
Nice.
And I got popped.
Okay. So you got the DW. How long were you in jail?
If you long enough to go to work.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you worked
and
a full-time
it was
job.
cool because they were like, are you black or are you brown? I'm like, I can be both. They're like, when you pick one. And that's when I learned about that's when I learned about that. Like black and brown, white, they don't eat with each other. They're cordial until something happens, and then that's it. And then you would see the politics of it. Yeah, you would choose sides, and you could see the politics of how they treat pedophiles, how they treat child molesters.
Yeah.
Like I've seen one dude show up, and they looked at his papers. Now, papers is basically what you're in there for.
Yeah.
When they saw, they're like, nigga, someone gonna come get you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? Really?
Oh, like
but at that point, nobody was coming to get me.
Oh,
My mom and dad didn't live here. I didn't have my mom and dad here. My mom and dad were in Virginia. So
Virginia, out of all places. Why?
yeah, my dad's in the military.
Okay, he's still in the military.
No, he retired, but at that moment he was out there. And who's gonna come get me? Who's willing to put up that bond from a DWI charge? So,
and where were you in jail at?
Lou Sterrett in Dallas.
Okay, so it was in Dallas.
Yeah. And then they transported me from Lou Sterrett to the older facility, which now is a condemned building. It's over there by the Greyhound building.
Okay. And now, what ethnicity are you exactly? Yeah.
My mom is Panamanian. My dad's black.
Panamanian, okay.
Yeah.
And black in what way? Because there's different kinds of blacks.
Basically, he's a light-skinned black dude with freckles on his face.
Is he half white?
Huh, my dad?
Yeah.
What do you mean he's half white? No.
He's light skinned. You know, light skins usually.
Well, we traced our family because we did that whole,
Ancestry.
23andMe and Ancestry. He could trace his family back to Liverpool. So it looks like what happened was, from the stories, is that his family was part of the slave trade.
Okay.
The first stop was Jamaica. They worked sugarcane. From the sugarcane, they were liberated. And at that point, they didn't have any jobs. So what they did is they transported from Jamaica to Panama because they were looking for work, and that work was the Panama Canal.
Yeah.
So at that moment, his family moved down there. He saw my mom's going to school, and he's like, got to keep her.
Okay.
And that's it.
And what was the ethnicity of your mom?
My mom is Panamanian.
Panamanian. So
can she trace her family? She could trace her, like, they say her family bloodlines from Portugal. But
so tell me a little bit about the Panamanian culture.
What do you want to know?
What's the good stuff? Like what's the food look like?
The food is amazing.
Yeah, but everybody says that. Chinese people or Mexicans, they all say food's amazing.
Because everybody's food is amazing,
That's
my
true.
G.
That's true.
Like everybody's food is amazing, but it's all about preparation.
Tell me where it's at right here though.
Oh my God! So
That's
Panama
why I got
is
it.
this little isthmus right there.
Let me look at it because that gives me good insight.
Oh my God! Did we really? Sorry about that, guys.
I didn't pay
We're
attention.
just trying to educate my guy over here.
I didn't pay attention in geography.
You had to. I loved history.
I was thinking about how to get that bag.
And then the thing, yeah, you get a bag like that too. But here's my thing, because I'm a military brat, so I got to travel a lot. Like, my love for the 49ers happened when we moved to California. Like, I didn't know anything about football, and the first team was the San Francisco 49ers. Jerry Rice was still on the team. Ronnie Lott was still on the team. I'm that old. Joe Montana was still at quarterback.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Y'all right by Columbia.
Yeah, we're right. We were owned by, Panama was owned by Colombia a certain amount of time. So, and because my dad was in the military, I lived in Washington State. So I got to see Ken Griffey Jr. for real.
Yeah.
I got to see that. I got to see Sean Kemp and, Gary Payton run. Now, that's when Gary Payton had a Gumby, like, for reals. Now, he ain't got hair now, but... And then, we traveled a lot. We were stationed one time in Panama. We were stationed in Killeen, Texas. My dad's stationed in Fort Lee. He's been to all the wars. He's been to the Gulf War, Desert Storm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And that's the thing, and that's why I'm cultured, because I got to travel a lot.
Yeah.
The second thing also is I'm worldly, and I'm cultured and worldly because I got to experience a lot too from different sides. I got to understand the West Coast dynamics.
Yeah.
Being in jail, I got to understand that little world.
You got to make a decision.
Straight up.
What decision did you make?
I didn't make a decision.
See?
They made it for me. They're like, all right, man, come sit with us. I'm like, cool.
Well, who's that?
I got to sit with my cellies, the guys that were in my cell with me, and they were just 3 black guys.
Okay.
And they were just super cool.
Yeah.
They were super cool. They taught me things that I don't need to know. Like, they taught me things that I didn't need to know. But
like how to make a shank or something?
Nah, we didn't get into that. They were still busy with their hands.
Okay, good. Yeah, man. We got to go back to that.
Yeah, they were still busy with their hands. So, back to the original story. Yeah. So, that right there helped me, like, clean up the bull. For me. It helped me clean up the bull.
It was a wake-up call.
Very much.
Yeah.
It taught me... At that moment, I was too reckless. I was always going to the club. I was going to the club Purgatory. That's an old club in Dallas. Or Club Blue. Yeah. Or Have a Nice Day Cafe. Or, Babaloo's. Anyway, I was in the nightlife. Yeah. And I was going to school. And I was working full-time. I was living exceptionally too wild.
Okay.
And that's the one thing about God. God will sit you down.
Yeah.
He will sit you down and check you.
Most definitely.
He will send somebody for you. If you're not listening, if God loves you, he will sit you down. Now, it's up to you to learn that lesson. Mm-hmm. Are you of humble spirit to learn that lesson? At that moment, yeah. I didn't know that was a lesson. I'm thinking, oh, man, God's punishing me for... But was it a lesson for me to learn? Yes. Mm-hmm. And that's what helped me clean up my life. That's what helped me get right with my family, got me right with God.
Okay, so
that moment.
You got out of jail. What was the first thing you did?
I went to go get my car.
Yeah, that's very responsible.
Like, what you think I did? They take your car. The first thing they did, they take you and you're like, my car. And then you can see it get lifted out and just... Yeah.
Okay, so you got out. First thing you did was get your car.
Yeah.
Now, what was the second thing you did?
I went to Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box. Had to finish the night.
I went to Jack in the Box. I had to finish the night.
Yeah, you got your phone back.
And then I got my phone.
Yeah, like, hey,
and then I had to like, hey, no, I didn't. No. I'm just. She's like, hey, I showed up at your apartment. I'm like, oh man, sorry, baby.
Got locked up.
Yeah. No, I didn't tell her that.
Okay.
I was ashamed. I was extremely ashamed.
Okay.
I was extremely ashamed of that.
And did your relationship continue after that?
What do you mean with the girl?
With the girl, yeah.
Ah, man, does it matter? No. Does it matter? No.
Yeah, okay.
But in that moment, yeah, it continued. But does it matter? No.
Okay.
But that goes back to the original thing or the original point. Like, how did it help ministry, youth ministry?
Yeah.
Hey, avoid those headaches, bro. Avoid breaking your mom's heart. Avoid those things, bro. Mm-hmm. It derailed me in a major way where I had to get right with the Texas court system. I had to get right with people around me. I had to get right with myself. Mm-hmm. I had to get out of that nightlife. Mm-hmm. And that's when I had to start choosing wisely of the partner that I wanted to be with.
Okay.
And that's what I was explaining to you earlier off camera, where I was saying, hey, if you are really looking for a life partner, you got to be transparent of what you want. Hey, I want a family. I want to be right with God, and I want to be centered. Yeah. Be transparent. Let people know your goals. Let them know your goals. Maybe you might run into that person that will help you along in your goals. You've seen it with tons of people in the Bible where you see them, hey, profess what's going on in their life, and you'll see people come in your life and might give you a sentence or scripture or might give you game to move you along into the direction you want to be of your goals so you can achieve them. Because at the end, that's what you want to do, right? If you're really concentrated about your goals, God will put people in your life to see, hey, are you really motivated in that way? Yeah. Let me give you game. Let me give you some kind of knowledge dart. Let me give you some kind of push along the way. Yeah. And God will do that. And then from those little steps, you'll see the ball rolling, dude.
Okay. Now in the Bible it says a woman was made from the man's rib.
Of course he is.
So do you believe that woman is made for man?
Yeah, I believe that with all my heart.
So when you're looking for somebody to be with, I would think that you look for a partner, somebody who makes you better.
Yes, very much.
If they're part of your rib, they can also do some damage if they're not
very much.
So what's your advice? You said you guys had a sermon over that.
Mm-hmm, very much. We spoke about Journey Fellowship Church. Yeah. Pastor Scott Metter spoke about marriage. Okay. What he meant was he spoke about marriage in the true essence of don't let media or social or anything else confuse what it's supposed to be. To find a mate is, yes, God made man first. Mm-hmm. God let him create. God helped him name every animal. He was like, hippopotamus. All right, that's cool. Rhino. All right, that sounds like a good idea.
Now, it wasn't in the English language though.
No. We're speaking of like Aramaic, not Aramaic, but yeah, Aramaic or we're speaking in that language. Well, they were speaking in that language, but at that point, it was God and man or Adam, and God realized it's not right for Adam to be by himself. Yeah, and that's when he did the rib thing, and they came together. So when you're looking for a mate, tell her what you want out of your life. Okay. Share your dreams. If she's with it, she's with it. If she's not, cut your losses and keep it moving.
This is the part that confused me about the Bible.
Why? Okay, the Bible's so simple.
Oh, really?
It is.
Okay.
Now here's the thing about the Bible. Let's not confuse the Bible. The Bible is.
Let me tell this story though, because we don't get too much off topic. Go ahead. So, yeah, God made Eve for Adam, right? But there's also stories of kings that had multiple wives, and God loved them a lot. So explain that. So if he still had God's love and God's favor with having multiple wives, so what's the difference? Having one wife and have multiple wives,
You want to have the conversation about polygamy then? That sounds what you want to have a conversation about. All right, listen.
You got to be transparent at the beginning of the relationship.
Listen. If a man can have multiple wives and have the multiple patience and the nerves to do so, hey, that's him. I don't have that kind of bandwidth to go ahead and handle multitude of personalities and multiple people.
It is stressful.
Yes. You own a business. You know how hard it is to deal with 20 people?
Yeah.
Deal with 5 people. Deal with 3 kids, my G. In Walmart. On a Sunday. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Now, God bless them because God loved them.
Yeah.
But do you have the bandwidth to handle that relationship, my G? Me personally?
Okay.
No.
So situational.
Could I handle my wife if she was in a mood and there were 3 of her? Are you tripping? No.
I don't know. I'm more a strategical thinker. So
Yes. Do you have that strategic in mind, my G?
I think you got
Every great general only had one.
but not Genghis Khan.
We're not talking about Genghis. We're talking about every other.
Okay.
Patton had one.
All right.
Malcolm X had one. Martin Luther had one.
Generals.
We're talking about people that led.
Yeah.
Now, Genghis Khan, that's a different animal, but all you hear is about his destruction, but you do not hear about his prosperities.
I've actually read a book on Genghis Khan.
Well, for me, I never learned that way.
Okay. Yeah, he was actually a really great leader. Very open-minded.
That's good.
Open to religions. He was open to Christianity. He was open to Catholicism.
But to your question is it right? That's not for me to judge, man. I'm not in the judging phase of my life. All I'm here is to tell you, do you have the bandwidth?
So I was just talking about the favor of God in those relationships. Now, that's what I want, but that's where I get confused is how in the Bible some things are accepted, and even in the Word it says that it's not okay, but things are getting accepted in the Bible that shouldn't be okay.
Like what?
From certain people.
The Bible isn't like erased
Like
or added on.
Okay, like being okay. Now I'm paraphrasing.
We're getting into religion, but go ahead, my G.
I'm paraphrasing because I'm not a scholar in the Bible, right?
Go ahead,
so
my name.
you got the girl that was a prostitute, right?
And he loved her.
And he loved her. Then you got the guy with the multiple wives, and he loved them. And you got people who create sins and who do sins, and he still loves them, right? But at the same time, it says don't do these things. So it's kind of like we talked about it, that if your wife cheated on you or your husband cheated on you, and you're in a marriage, and in the Bible, I mean, you're supposed to forgive. So when you're giving that open door to both sides, you can do bad and I'll still forgive you. It kind of, I think it defeats the purpose of respect, obviously, but I think they would repeat the offense.
Listen,
so
my
they'll
God,
continue to sin. They'll continue to be, because they know they can
pause.
come back.
No. My God is love.
Okay.
My God preaches love. He's all about love. He helped those people because he knew the greater good in them, that they're not what she did. She's not a prostitute.
Okay.
She's just in a rut. God does speak about not those things, but God also speaks about redeeming qualities as well.
Okay.
You can be redeemed. You can be absolved.
Yes.
Now, if you're in a relationship and your wife cheats, yes, you can forgive her, because at the end, that's you. If you're holding on to that, then you're not following God's teachings.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you forgive? Yes. It's a hard thing to do. I admit. Forgiving is hard to do. I think that's one of the hardest things you can do. God speaks about it multitude of times, about forgiving, getting smacked. Like, God speaks about that. But are you a humble spirit to forgive? Can you forgive? Can you love while forgiving?
I would love and forgive, but I could not stay in a relationship.
That's a personal decision. But some people make sacrifices for the greater good of that relationship.
So you can
And they're
still,
stronger for that, and God loves them for that because
So
they're able to be strengthened in by God.
So then I guess everything's its own interpretation. By
No.
yeah, because forgive and
No.
love. Everybody reads the Bible and they read it differently. It depends on what season they are in their life.
That's true.
So if I interpret that as, okay, forgive them, don't hate them, love them, but I'm gonna have to get a divorce. I'm gonna have to break the marriage.
Buddy, you could say that right now, but you're not married, my G. You don't have kids. You don't have a mortgage, my G.
That's true.
Your foundation's not in Christ like that with your wife, but you don't have a wife, so I can't call you out like that. All I'm saying is that the situation changes when you put in time with a person. You don't know a person until you travel with somebody, you break bread with somebody, or the very last thing, you've made love to them and they've made love to you, where they've shared something spiritually. Like what I mean by make love is I'm talking about is confess their love to you in front of God and family.
Okay.
And God, like, yo, the foundation and then us. It's a triangle. Mm-hmm. It changes when it's like that. So you could say it right now, but mind you, you're young. You haven't gotten into the trenches with somebody like that. But I bet you when you do, and you have that foundation, you might have a different perspective, my G. But at the end, always know God loves you.
Yeah.
Even in your stubbornness that you can't forgive, God will love you. Now it's up to you to be like Christ, because that's all we can be.
I don't think I have the power to be like Christ.
Yes, you do.
In that situation.
Yes, you do.
In that situation.
You're just not allowing yourself to be. It's okay.
I gotta have my standards, and that's against my foundation as a man.
Forgive?
My own man code, because you're your own kingdom. I'm right. You have your own, as a man, you run your own kingdom, right? Under God, your household, and I'm going to set my own foundation, my own standards in my kingdom. I mean, I'm sure you have yours internally that probably not with the Bible, but you set your boundaries in your relationship.
All mine are with the Bible, but I tell you this.
Every single one of them.
I tell you this, because I follow God's teachings. My thing is, my kingdom is me and my wife. Mm-hmm. Now, I hold a higher stand. I'm higher because I'm the man. Like, everything comes onto me. But when I need counseling, I look to my wife. I look to God as well.
It's a good partner.
Yeah.
Makes you stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm asking of you, is could you, when you find that person, I think your perspective will change. I'm not asking to say that person now, but I bet you when that does happen, that perspective will change. It has to. But then be okay with having an open mind as well.
I love the idea. The idea.
Yeah. Why would you not?
I do, but I guess that person, you're right. That person will have to be with God as well.
Yes.
Because if that person's not in tune with God as much as you are, then they'll probably do it again.
Buddy, I'm telling you with all my heart, I've never accomplished as much as I have in my life until I had my wife and we were on the same page. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, we've been behind the 8 ball. We've been broke together. We've not had it together. And then also we've been on the beaches together. We've celebrated our wins together. Okay. When we're on the same page, God opens doors.
If she's that close to you, she put this whole idea in your head that she is that close to you and she's that in tune with God, with you, why would she cheat? Why would she do that with another man?
People are fallible, bro. People sin too. Okay. People are not perfect. People have their own free will too. But can you forgive? That's an internal question. See, look at that.
If you guys are watching this still, you guys decide.
Yeah.
You agree with John that you forgive?
Yeah.
Me, I would.
Love conquers all, bro. Love conquers all.
So aside from love,
what's up, man?
You've been doing 75 hard.
Yeah, 75 hard.
So,
shout out to Mr. Frisella.
So Frisella is. So what you were doing, you hit a wall where you're like, I got to make a change.
I do.
So 75 hard is great for that because it makes it structured, it's organized, you can keep up with it. It's very simple. The app is easy to use.
I didn't even use the app, bro.
Oh, you don't use the app? You just wrote it down?
I wrote it down like a gorilla.
Oh well, I mean, Yeah, I guess so. If you don't have to use the app. It's pretty much the same rules. But
Very much.
I was doing it consistently. I would get to like day 50, and then I would mess up on one thing, and I'm like, damn, gotta go back. So I was consistently doing it, and then I looked at myself and I thought, I don't really, like, I think I am 75 hard as well. My lifestyle now, like, I don't go a day without reading. I don't go a day without exercising. I don't go a day without drinking a gallon of water. What else is there on that list?
Take a picture every day.
Okay,
2 workouts.
Take a picture.
1 workout. I look like a thought. Like, let me go into my phone. I haven't posted this on my Instagram.
Yeah, he kind of does do that. He does it.
I'm a yeah, you do. You're a
yeah,
thought.
yeah.
You look
Yes,
like
sir.
a thought. Yeah.
Yes,
I see it on
sir.
your Instagram where you're like, eh.
Marketing.
I look like a thought in my picture. But I send pictures of the homies now.
I posted my lunch, right, with my shirtless video.
I did see
And-
that.
and
Shout
then-
out to you.
And then David was all like, okay, but you ain't got to post shirtless. And I was like, well, yo, I got to show the work.
No, and I credit that here. Let me get to the photo. I credit that to my friends, knowing and unknowingly, like, that motivates me. Like, when I see a friend of mine that's shirtless, like, or let's say he's winning, like my boy Xavier purchased the car of his dreams. That motivates me.
It shows you things are possible.
Yes, my boy will wake up in the morning, give you spiritual, as well as tell you, I'm outside of the gym because you know I'm about to go to the gym.
Yeah.
That helps me. My boy Charles got promoted to AVP of his department from the dialer team. That motivates me, man.
You know why it motivates you though?
Why does it? Because I love my friends and I want to be. I don't want to be the weak link at the table.
Well, that and there's another sense to it.
Here, look at that. I'm a thought. Look at that. But those are
We're gonna
the
get copyrighted right there.
copyright me because that's me. But like that's the thing I love about the homies. Even Panamatic. Shout out to you, bro. I see you in your gym. He's an Instagram homie.
Instagram homie.
What I mean by that is I love seeing people win.
Yeah.
Knowing that, hey, if they're winning that deeply, I can obtain those wins. And 75 Hard got me right where it gave me a structure and it gave me the discipline I needed to correct things in my life. It helped me get right with working out, staying consistent working out, getting right with my health.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a roadmap. I played basketball in high school and all I did was just hoop. Mm-hmm. But did I know about the nutrition side? No. Did I know about the other things? No. And I think I'm blessed beyond measure that that program came into my life where I got into running long distances. I got into lifting. To this morning, I got up at 5:15, lifted, went on a run, and then took a shower, got my girls ready to go to school, sent them off to school, and went to work.
Yeah.
I had to show up to the office today. I don't have to. I work from home, but yeah.
But you see, you're still working. You got a family, and you're still able to do that stuff. So what it really does is open your eyes on how much you could improve yourself.
Yeah,
and self-development is the foundation of everybody's life. Like, you have to continue to grow. So when you stop growing, you're dead.
Yeah.
And that's the labor of love, self-development. You go through you go through the hard route instead of going to the easy route. And
Mr. Barbell Honcho,
Yeah.
I admit, like, the road is lonely. Like,
Yeah.
75 Hard is no joke. It's lonely.
Yeah.
When you're having to drink a gallon and people are partying, you're like, all right, then, y'all, I'll be right back. I gotta knock out these 2 hours. And people not understanding that you're on a mission. I think because people saw that mission in my eyes, that it encouraged the other people around me to get into that.
Yes.
And you probably noticed that in your own life where you people were like, word, this guy owns a business, and you're motivating into that. You might not knowingly inspire somebody to motivate in their life. So don't stop posting. Don't stop being encouraging, because you might be the encouraging light to influence that next person that's probably needing that help.
Yeah, I'm big on leading by example.
Yeah, you have to.
Which is why it takes David. I just got to show the work.
Yeah.
I got to show that work is still being done. And it's not. I do agree with working in the dark and not, but I feel like, yeah, what you said. You want to inspire. You want to motivate. You want to show people. But the way you're living now, I love to see it, because you are tapping into a new new level of yourself.
Yeah.
Which is the unlocking the ultimate human. Why I have it painted on the front. Of the gym, because you gotta put in the work to get that ultimate version of yourself. And 75 hard is great for that.
Yeah.
It is. So I agree with the program. I just had I beat myself up so bad. So I admit, like, no days of resting. And have you messed up one time where you're like, damn, back to zero?
Nah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I already finished phase 3. I finished phase 3 in January. I started 75 hard probably the 6th of July.
Okay.
The 6th of July, on my birthday, I didn't even get to party hard. Like, I was militant, bro. For real. Christmas, I was still in it. Yeah. When it snowed here in Texas, I had to call friends, be like, hey, yo, you got a treadmill I could borrow? And like, yeah, man, you could be my buddy for this treadmill. And I would show up at my brother-in-law's gym to run on a treadmill.
Okay.
Because I had to do one workout outside and one indoor.
Did you still do your outside workouts in the snow?
Yeah. It sucked.
It
sucked.
Yeah.
But did I do it? Yes.
Yeah.
Where I would bundle up in tons of jackets, hat, and everything, and make it happen.
Yeah.
I look like a ninja in shorts.
But after the 75 hard, are you going to continue?
I probably won't. There's a couple things that I would kind of like tweak.
Yeah, not 75 hard is to the extreme, but it's like I said, it's a good open.
Well, I keep the workouts of like lifting, water, not as much, because I work from home, and there's sometimes where I had to like use the bathroom in a cup, and then like for sure. So or I'm running and then I have to meet a bush because I have to pee, or it's too cold, or it's rainy, and like I would
You would tweak it a little bit.
Yeah, I'd tweak it a little bit.
Exactly
for me.
What I did. But I started understanding that that's the way of the exceptional man.
Yeah.
It's that you're living it.
It's dope to run around with no shirt on, to feel like, yo, I'm the alpha of the neighborhood. But it's so player, like, you're not getting these miles like me. You're not. But like, let me
do your kettlebell workouts.
Oh, you know it, baby. I'm out here slanging weight. Look at my hands. You know I'm out here.
On the driveway though?
I haven't done I should do the driveway to let all the other dads know. Come get work. Come get this work. But no. Like my neighbor across the street, he gives me guff. He's like, hey man, you're losing too much weight, bro. You're losing too much weight. But it's like, yo, I'm focused. Yeah. This road is lonely, but when you're focused, you don't notice nothing. Yeah. Like there's runs where you just zone out, dude. Yeah. I don't even listen to music because it messes me up. I like listening to like talks, like podcasts or some educational, something that I can learn from and get something from. It helps me where I'm just where I can see a solid 10K just evaporate. I can knock out a 10K in an hour and 4 minutes. Yeah. Good. I can do a 5K. I don't even measure those anymore. It's all 10s or 5s.
Yeah. You are on the road to unlocking your ultimate human.
Yeah, dude. Like, I was running in Converses. You know how painful Converse is running? Yeah. Until the wife was like, hey, you animal, let's take you to the running store. Yeah. And let's get you right, where they put you on, they take your shoes off, they put you on a machine, and they measure your arches in your foot. And they're like, all right, then, man, what do you run? And I'm like, I don't know. At that time, I was a nincompoop about it. So they're like, hey, how much do you run? I was like, I run every day. Yeah. They're like, all right, then you need this version of sneaker. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool. Once I put it on, and then they're like, here, you need these socks. And I'm like, socks, man? I'm out here running in, Walmart, dusty, musty socks. What are you talking about?
Now they upselling.
I don't even care if they upsell. It helped my feet because it didn't give me the blisters. And also, I didn't get blisters on the back of my foot. It didn't give me on my big toes.
Okay, so the socks helped.
It truly helped.
So socks are important with your running shoe.
Very, because of the cushion. Okay. You can't run in cottons. Are you bugging? Friction. Yeah, and then also in full wool. Are you tripping? Because you remember, your foot sweats too. Yeah. And where do you think the water is if you're running a full 10?
Yeah, you're right.
Blister on blister. So what I would have to do is tape wait until like if the wait until it popped by himself and then tape it back up because I didn't want the skin to fall off.
But that's the greatest thing.
You see how gorilla I was about this, bro?
But that's
I was a monster.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
I still am, but I don't run as hard as like that.
Your body
because I'm old.
adapts though, so you get that. They'll get those blisters, but then it starts to build calluses.
Yes.
And then now you won't get those blisters anymore.
But buddy, my bad, barbell. When you're starting, mind you, I'm not. I wasn't educated in running like that.
Yeah.
At all. I wasn't educated in running that kind of mileage. So it was hard, it was scary, but yeah, it was worth it.
Yeah. That's 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes.
Well, what else you want to know, my G? I'm over here telling you my life story about.
No, I think it's amazing that you're doing the 75 hard. I love when I hear people like are doing that, and it sounds like you're gonna finish it. That's good.
I already done. I've done 75, and then I did phases all. I finished phase 1, 2, and 3. I just finished phase 3 as of January.
Well, you're looking good, man.
Oh man, I had to, man. I want to finish Speedo, my G.
Okay.
No, but what I'm saying by that is that I just want to be in the best shape that I never thought I could be.
Yeah.
And also and if it's the second thing is also be in the best shape, but then also I want to live. I want to see my kids grow up. I don't want to be that dad that I can't do it because I'm fat, or I can't do it because my knees are shot, or some health ailment is wrong with me. Who hasn't seen that dad that you're like, word, you're 50 and you're like, yo, you look bad shape, my G.
No, you're gonna accomplish all your goals.
Yeah,
100%. Because
I don't want to walk into my room and my belly be there 5 minutes before I walked in.
Man, roasting himself.
Yeah, no, straight
Well,
up, that's true.
That's a good one.
I don't want to walk in and be like, oh, John's here. Oh, there he is. Like, no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to like, and it's not it wasn't ever an ego thing to start that program or pause. To get into that healthy lifestyle, it was more to discipline my life. Yeah. And for that, I thank you for being a motivator. Okay. You motivated me. You might not know how you motivated me, but you did motivate me to get myself right. All other people as well, but you did do that, and thank you for that.
Oh, yeah, man, just being me. That's it. That's all it is. I just do what I like.
Hopefully, I can motivate you to hopefully that you find Christ in those moments when you question things. That God reveals himself through his words to give you what you need in that moment. Yeah. That's probably what you're going through, is that you're just questioning everything you should. Yeah. But God will reveal his answers if you seek him. Seek his word. That's all he wants. A relationship.
We'll end on that. Well, John, thanks for coming on the podcast. It was good having you. Hey. And might do it again. I don't know. We'll see.
We might do it again. I don't know.
We're gonna. I'm gonna do some more research.
You have to, baby.
Before I bring John back on.
Oh man.
Yeah. I've been paraphrasing everything. Man, all I know is fitness and grind.
Yeah.
And so I've been studying extra things on the side because I want to get more insight on things. Yeah. Because knowledge is power.
Very much.
Knowledge is power. You got a lot of knowledge, man. You're like double my age. Not to say that's a lot. I'm saying you're basically close to double my age. Which means I accept counsel from you. Yeah. So I pick and choose who I accept any kind of advice from, because like you can get the wrong advice. So people who are older than me and are doing things, which you're doing things. You accomplished a lot of things in your life. You had a business before, you went to college, you got married, you had kids, and you're still going and you're still grinding, which means that your soul is still alive and it's still bright. And that's how I train a lot of clients now, and I can see who is going to hit their goals and who's not. Yeah. I got many types of different personalities, and I see, okay, you're just here because the experience. And then I can see some like, okay, no, you actually want to conquer your goals. Yeah. And talking to you, I'm like, yeah, he's going to conquer his goals because you've already made a lot of progress. You finished 75 hard, and now you developed a habit. And now it's all about your environment. Yeah. Yeah, very true. Which I think you got a good environment. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching this episode with John Phillips, a man who lived many lives.
Hey, follow Barbell Honcho if you do. Follow me on Insta. shout out to you guys.
Yeah, John got the best memes, man. I try to throw some out there.
I do. I'm the meme warrior when it comes to that. There's just something that makes me laugh or inspires me. I'm all for posting that.
I did a little same thing as you. I put "be safe" though on one of mine. Yeah. A while back.
I learned that from the homie. Shout out to the homie. I know he's in prison, but shout out to the homie Taxstone. I learned that from the homie Taxstone, where he would give you the most rancid advice, and he'd be like, "Yo, but be safe though." And you're like, "How is that good advice?" All right. So with that said, thank you, and be safe though.
Yes, be safe though, and don't forget to like and subscribe.